Greetings, Marina Ormes here with your Astro vibe for Thursday, January 26th. The moon is in Aries, and yesterday I was talking about that Aries energy of action taking, risk taking, why it makes us feel that sense of drive or impulsiveness. Why when the moon goes into Aries, it's helping us take action based on how we want to be in the world and what we want to do, and being our true selves in from that place. And so today I thought we'd talk a little bit about why the energy of Aries is the energy of the warrior, the energy of the fool. We also have today the planet Venus changing signs. So Venus has been in Aquarius, and Aquarius is the outside the box sign. And so Venus is the planet of love, right? It's the planet of connection and feeling good and relationships and how we receive what we need to feel good and feel that sense of what we value, what we find beautiful. And so when Venus changes signs, it's going from an aesthetic, a sense of beauty, what we connect with through our senses. In Aquarius, which is outside the box, things a little bit different, a sense of beauty or aesthetic that is taking us outside of the norm a little bit. So outside of what we would normally expect, gives us that opportunity, right, to be a little weird, a little different in what we find attractive, what we find beautiful, what we want and how we want to be treated, what we value. And just that opportunity to be a little bit quirky, to do things our own way, and to be authentic. That's the energy of Aquarius, is about authenticity. So Venus has been in that sign, and it's going to shift into Pisces, taking us into that realm of unconditional love, surrender, trusting the flow, going with what is, feeling that sense of interconnectedness with others. And so inviting in that spirit of unconditional love, feeling that sense of what it means to be unconditionally accepting of yourself, of your partner, of the people you care about in your life, and allowing that flow of love to move. Now, sometimes that can mean that we don't have good boundaries, and so maybe we're taking on some of what other really belongs to other people. And so that sense of compassion, of sympathy, empathy, make sure that that's appropriate for you, and it doesn't mean that you're taking on other people's suffering or carrying the burden of the feelings that really belong to someone else, that really are not yours. So having appropriate boundaries is really important anytime we're talking about Pisces. And with Venus going into Pisces later today, we are going to have that energy of love kind of expanding into the transcendent experience of oneness and beauty, just having that feeling of music flowing, and art and beauty and connectedness, and just that flow between you and another person, the ways that you feel what they feel, and you can connect with something you both appreciate, almost instantaneously, without having to use words, or just letting that flow be there, that sense of psychic interconnectedness. So that's definitely possible once Venus goes into Pisces, where it will stay for, Venus stays in a sign for usually on average about 4 weeks. In this case, let's just take a peek here. Venus will be going into Aries on February looks like around the 20th. So between now and the 20th of February, we've got Venus in Pisces, bringing that that expansive heart, that bigger picture of love and connection. Okay, so in the midst of that transition happening, we have today's moon in Aries, which again, bringing that energy of impulsiveness, the impulse to act, right? The feeling of the urge to act, to take action, to move on things. It's appropriate to do so when the moon is in Aries. We want to try things. We want to take risks. We want to find our courage and move on things even when we don't know how it's going to turn out. And so that's why Aries brings us the energy of the warrior. It is the way that we find courage, the way we need to pick up our sword or take a stand for things that are important to us, for what is right, for what we believe in. And then Aries also being the energy of the fool that, has that component to it where we might walk into something that we weren't expecting. We might make a mistake. We might, in trying to walk, we might fall down, right? And so it's that part of us that has that foolish impulse. It's like just the drive to be alive. It is the urge to be and to live and to move and do the things that we're here in life to do. So it doesn't care. The fool doesn't care, right? It just wants to do what it wants to do, living and experiencing life in whatever there is to experience. So that fool part of ourselves is the innocent part of ourselves. It's the part that doesn't have to think things all through and have a clear plan and know what all the potential consequences are and control everything. It's about taking action because we want to figure it out. And one of the ways to figure things out is to try them. So just like, when you're a child, maybe some children, maybe some children who are learning how to walk or talk or crawl or just figuring out how to do things, and stumbling is part of it, right? And that's the way we laugh when a small child doesn't pronounce something correctly, right? They're just trying it. They're figuring it out, and that's how they do it, is to try. And so same thing if you're learning a language. Like, there's the only way to learn is to try, right? And to sound stupid. And unless you keep going with that, you're not going to figure it out. So that's the energy of the fool. It is actually taking us into territory where we can learn and discover because of that willingness to try and to follow that impulse and that urge to take action, to move on things. So if you are working on a creative project, if you have goals in your life, we've been talking here about intentions. So with your intentions, it's a good time to try something. It's a good time to implement, to put something in motion. Is there a phone call you need to make? Is there an action you need to take? Is there something that you need to move forward in your plan, or as a way of trying something to see what's going to happen? Any of those things could be ways of helping you to figure out what works and what doesn't. And that's all it is. Sometimes we might make a mistake that could have more serious consequences. And that's why we need to stay grounded in what's important to us, what our objectives are as we take this action, but also not being attached. If we're not too attached, then there's room for learning, there's room for discovery, and that's the important piece. But sometimes when we're overly attached or thinking that we have to be in control or we have to have some things a certain way, that's when we can kind of set ourselves up for some of those Aries accidents that might have longer term consequences. So be grounded, connect with who you are, with your truth, even if you're not entirely sure like how to articulate it, feel into yourself and into your loving intentions to be yourself, to be living according to your truth, and to be a good person, to be helpful in the world. So those are simple intentions that can help ground you, that can help you stay on track as you take action to learn the things that are going to be helpful in that direction. All right, thank you so much for being here. And I'm Marina Ormes. You can learn more about me at astrologyheals.com. Thank you for being here, for watching these videos. I've got tons more videos on all kinds of topics. If you follow me every day, we're kind of working in a process with intentions, working with moon cycles to support you in your healing goals, your creative goals, whatever's important to you. You can follow me every day for support in your daily self-care, and tons of topics that'll just help you learn how astrology can help you help yourself. So thanks for being here. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.